Hi, this is Ty Hyderali. We're plaintiffs' attorneys who concentrate in employment law, and we have offices in Montclair, New Jersey, and New York City. And I want to talk to you today about the woeful plight of a local restaurant in Montclair, Cuban Pete's. So Cuban Pete is a Cuban restaurant, unsurprisingly, operating on Bloomfield Avenue in Montclair. And very recently, they were shut down by the state police. Their doors were actually barricaded from entrance because of purported violations of Governor Murphy's executive order with regard to distancing, number of patrons in the restaurant, etc. Basically violations of the governor's executive order. So the restaurant shut down. What can the employees do in this situation, which is extremely unfortunate for the employees who are, in essence, the victims of this violation, right? Because they're left without a job. Not much, unfortunately, is the short answer. They can file for unemployment benefits, and that's about the most the employees can do. What can the employer do? Well, there was an interesting case in Pennsylvania where the governor of Pennsylvania issued a similar executive order to Governor Murphy's executive order, and it was challenged in the Pennsylvania federal courts. And the federal courts found the executive order not appropriate and found that it violated, it exceeded the executive's mandate of power in issuing an executive order that dealt with the work of the public. And so the court shut it down. Well, what does that mean for New Jersey? Unfortunately, what the federal court decides in Pennsylvania is not necessarily binding in New Jersey. However, the executive order has to follow federal law. And Pennsylvania is in the Third Circuit for the Federal Circuit. New Jersey is in the Third Circuit, Federal Circuit. So presumably what's good for the goose is good for the gander. So if it doesn't work in Pennsylvania, one would think it shouldn't work in New Jersey. It hasn't been challenged quite yet, but it's interesting fodder for companies such as Cuban Pete's that are face the consequences of violating the executive order by the shutdown of their business to consider petitioning the federal court to determine the viability and legality of the executive order that results in them being shut down. This is Ty Hyderali. Be safe and be well.